Okay, they finally got these guys lined up in the right order, and we're waiting for a green flag. Oh, and 301 stalls. That's not what we wanted. Tyler Cook stalls the car on the line. The young man may have fallen under the pressure of knowing the family was watching. I hope that's not the case, but Tyler definitely stalls the car at the start, and now he clears, and we'll see him coming through turn one now. Okay, Stretch family, we're going to hang in there with the kid and see if he can turn fast laps. That's the key, to recover quickly and see if you can turn some fast laps. Out front, Andre Martins leads over Doug Cox. So Cox, your pole sitter, is being led currently by Eduardo Martins. A strange finish at the pre-final as Martins actually just about stopped coming onto the finishing straight, and Cox finished off with the win. I still have not figured out why Eduardo Martins slowed down so dramatically in that final corner, but he did, and Cox took the win. But now Martins out front, Cox right on his back bumper. In the third spot's the Trinidadian, Garcia, and then Tim Roberts on the Moto engine power plant again takes off. Jorge Fernandez in fifth, and then I believe that's Carbone already up into the sixth spot. Carbone in the sixth spot already. Unfortunately, our battle with Tyler Cook did not materialize as the young man stalled it on the line. Look at this, Garcia jumping up in there. The Trinidadian running right with Doug Cox now as they make their way down into the turn two area. So we got a Brazilian, a Floridian, a Trinidadian, and I believe a New Jersey driver, Tim Roberts, forgive me. Roberts, the number 402, is out of Indiana, Tim. Out of Indiana. And then there's Carbone, the Brazilian driver, blowing around. Again, we do have a relationship with the Rock Island Grand Prix, and we will be sending the winner of the Stock Moto Points Championship from the Florida Winter Tour to the Rock Island Grand Prix, our annual Rock Island Grand Prix event coming off later this year. I believe, I'm 99% sure, on the Labor Day weekend every year. Forgive me, Roger, if that's wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's right. Oh, and look at this, as we got a lapper already in the play, as we got somebody having a problem, and now it's holding up our front three. That's not a good thing. This lapper having some sort of problem now, and he's got the leaders all over the back bumper. Oh, this could get ugly. I think that's what it is. We had a car spin and then restart directly in front of the leaders, and this is going to be very interesting. Eduardo Martins now trying to get by. Oh, Cox has a big problem down in turn 10 and falls back into the clutches of Garcia. Okay. Martins. Oh, that's not good. Martins used that to full advantage, and Cox now. Oh, this is not good. That lapper is holding up the front four and finally lets them all go by. That allows Eduardo Martins to have like a 5-car length gap now. We'll see if Cox can reel him back in. Cox now closing it up to about 2 car lengths behind Eduardo Martins. So, yeah, Cox can get it done. We'll take a look at the lap times. 47.0 for Martins, 47.2 for Cox, 46.8 for Ryan Garcia. So the fastest lap so far by Ryan Garcia, the Trinidadian, in third, a 46.80 for the number 412, starting in third. 407's getting a blue and yellow flag, so a move over for the 407. They kind of seem to have a problem finding that car, though. Let's take a look at Tyler Cook and see what kind of lap times Tyler's turning. Victor Carbone leading the class, a 46.455. Good grief, that's ridiculous. And Tyler Cook, a 46.615. So about less than 0.2 of a second. So Cook definitely would have had something for Carbone if he could have started with him, as they were running very similar lap times. Up front, Eduardo Martins continues to lead over Doug Cox in second. Then the 412 of Garcia fading in third. We got C. Roberts followed closely by Carbone. Now this This will be interesting because Carbone is much faster through the infield, but Tim Roberts has that built moto package which just powers off the corner compared to the stock moto. So I think I'll watch that for a minute. Keep my eye on the front as Doug Cox now is very close to your leader and master shifter, Eduardo Martins. Here comes Carbone doing an inside-outside move on Roberts and tries to pull him. Not going to happen, man. The horsepower and the torque on that built moto being used to full advantage by Tim Roberts as he just pulls away from Carbone up the straightaways. I'll tell you, folks, that's very impressive. I never realized how much difference there was between a built moto and the stock moto car, and you see it right there with Roberts on these short chutes between the hairpins. So Carbone and Roberts through turns 3 now into turn 4. Again, that is the 4th place car of Tim Roberts in Master Shifter and the 1st place car in stock moto of Victor Carbone. Carbone once again trying that inside-outside move out of 8. This time he gets a good run on Roberts down into 9, but still the horsepower and torque of that built moto take advantage and pull away. Same thing again down into 10. So the 402 getting shown the move over flag. That's going to be difficult to do because he's racing for position. Let's see if he lets him by. He does. Tim Roberts lets Carbone by. Now let's see what happens here because, again, Roberts is much quicker with the horsepower. Carbone so far able to keep the gap open 2 or 3 now. Oh, there you go. That's all it took. Carbone ran through 6 and 7 and opened up 5 or 6 car lengths over Tim Roberts. So a good move by the officials as they ask Roberts to let Carbone by. He does, and Carbone immediately jets out. Let's see what happens to Carbone's lap times. A 46.344 was his fastest so far. 46.344. And we'll see this time by. Not able to improve in that lap, but now that he's got a clear track ahead of him, we'll keep our eyes on Carbone's lap time for this next lap, as for the first time in the entire race, he has a clear track ahead of him. Your leader, Cox, goes by. Doug Cox finally gets the position and goes by Eduardo Martins. Martins right back down and takes the spot again. They're side by side through 9. Martins takes the spot immediately back from Cox. Double pass in 8 and 9 there as Martins leads on to the finishing straight. Got drivers taking a look back now as our leaders come through 7 and 8. Garcia starting to be under pressure from the stock moto leader of Carbone. Martins still leads over Cox as they make their way into turn 10. Actually opening up about a 4-car length gap as Eduardo Martins. Obviously, he got on fire and continues to run. Martins now checking out on Doug Cox. I guess Eduardo has gone to sleep up there in the front, had no idea how close Cox was. But as soon as Cox went by him, boom, Martins right back by him and now is pulling away at the front. Okay, here comes that battle for the 3rd spot overall. That's the 3rd place of Garcia in Master Shifter, the 1st place of Victor Carbone in the stock moto category. Carbone not able to power by Garcia in the 3rd spot overall.